This is such a big problem, but we're going to solve it today. The problem is when you are about to start your business, building your business, growing your business, not in the 7 figures. If you're on the 7 figures, you don't need to watch this video. You're already cured of these 6 diseases, which we're going to talk today. But if you're in the building, growing, and you're full of ambition, and your vision is great, you want to achieve great things, what do? We start to learn, right? We learn from others, we read, we watch, we listen, we talk to, we make connections, and we want to learn from others. But here comes the problem that when comes the moment for you to make your own decisions, when you have to start to take action, when you have to be bold, you don't have the guts. Because you looked around and I tried to imitate others. To this day, that happens. I might catch myself like, again, I'm trying to imitate somebody. And we don't develop our own set of principles and our amount of boldness to direct our energy and creativity into building something bigger than what we have accomplished until this moment. And this is a huge problem because you might get there stuck for years, if not decades, where you struggle, you try, but you never become who you're meant to be. And there are 2 types of videos on this channel. One is about how to get things done faster, and the other one is how to become you, how you can become the person to start to see yourself, the one being capable of accomplishing those things. This is one of those videos. So there are 6 diseases on 3 levels, which we all have them, and some of them might never go away. The root of this problem where we start to feel confused, and when we're confused, we start to feel lost. And when we're lost, we start to make dumb decisions where we get numb and we never make those decisions. And that's what we are going to solve today. What can you do to start to develop your own principle, mixing it with the information and knowledge and the wisdom which you learn from the books or from others or from those who give you suggestions which are more successful than you, which is a great thing. Sometimes it helps, but sometimes it might kill your potential because you never develop and you never work your own. All right? Good. So how can we, what's the root of this problem? The root of this problem is about the fact that we never fully realize our starter package. How are we wired already naturally, which we might use as fuel and move this process forward? Because sometimes we might fall for the trap of putting great noble goals in front of us, and we start to inhibit our own fuel, our own desires. And then we never become good at becoming ourselves and never become good at achieving those noble goals. Because it's a dance between these 2 columns on 3 levels, which we'll go through right now. So the first disease is about before you stop this video, is the alpha man disease. What do I mean by this? Wait a second. Well, alpha man is great, is good. Here is not about good or bad. It's about how you're wired and what comes naturally better to you. The other disease is the philanthrope disease. And this is the ego level, is the who. Is the you, me, everybody. And it's about the who level. Now, what do I mean by this? This disease is me, and you're so focused only on yourself. You forget about the customers, you forget about the quality, you forget about how to deliver great service, you forget about your employees, you forget about your team, you forget about your niche, your assignment, and the mission for which God has put you on earth. And the other disease is all about people. You want to serve everybody around and you care only about the people. And that's so great. It's so noble. I have so much respect for you because I might mostly sometimes, most in this part, sometimes I'm mostly in this part. And it's a long life school to try to learn how to combine these 2 together. Now, a quick story here, a quick example, just to understand what am I talking specifically about. If you were an investor and I would come with with a pitch saying, look, I want to become the greatest painter. I want to create paintings for kids, to inspire kids, to accomplish great things, to dream big. And I know how to paint, and look, I might be showing you now, for example, this is a pitch I'm showing you, look, this is how it looks, emperors and stuff, and great people and great stories, and like I know how to paint this way and that way, and digital, and all this stuff, but it's all about me, how great I am. Now comes to you another guy. You're the investor, right? He says, look, I grew up in a family without a father, and I've never been taught how to get things done and to dream big. I've never been supported and inspired, and I want finally to inspire others because I found my way in life, and I want to inspire other kids. That's why I have this idea of how to create this mix of book, of illustrations to inspire kids around the world. Well, interesting. I have a question for you. And which of these two pitches are more relatable to you? Well, if you are most of these guys, you probably will respond better to this kind of pitch because it's full of passion, it's full of ambition, he's unstoppable. I might trust this man. If you're more into these kind of people, you might say, wow, that's such a noble, great mission. Amazing. I'm fully on. Okay, stop pitching. I'm in. I would invest. Probably. I don't know. Now, the thing is that you're constantly only focused on yourself. It's hard to grow. People don't like you. People don't want to deal with you. Customers feel it that you don't care about them. It's mostly about you. You are the hero. And when you are the hero in your business, you've never seen any successful advertising where the brand is the hero. It's always the customer the hero. It's always about caring about others. Now, marketing sometimes is a tricky game. Absolutely, yes. But also, if you are just into the people and you don't have the inner strength, the backbone, as an investor, you might like to want to invest in someone who has the backbone and the confidence to get through the things when things get tough. So you see that none of these are bad inherently, but there comes a moment where you have to step up and you start to combine these two. And if you're learning only from those books or from those people who are ambitious, they're just only about themselves and building themselves a name, probably it's because that's how you naturally are already built. That's your starter package. And your mission, my friend, as mine as well, is to learn to care more about the people. But if you are all in the emotionality and the empathy, but you forget about you building your backbone, building your confidence, overcoming your self-doubt, knowing your demons, at the first struggle, you're going to lose yourself. And you're going to say like, oh my gosh, I don't know. People don't care about what I do, but I'm on such a great mission and people just don't care. You got to put these things together. That's why if you're more into these and if you're watching, learning, reading more about these great noble goals, you got to start to invest some time also into you, understanding why you, what's your passion, what's your assignment, what are your main skills, what are your sub-skills, what do you want to accomplish, for whom, and what time, so on and so forth. Now, I have a suggestion for you. In the description below, there is a link where you can access a free 5 days challenge where we can go in every day on different aspects of yourself and on your mission. The acronym stands for mission, M-I-S-S-I-O-N, and it stands for what needs to be done, for your inner strength, about your self-doubt, about the solution, about the strategy, about the implementation, about the optimization, and how to become a man on a mission. And it involves both areas, about you and about the passion which moves you forward, about the meaning and the purpose which is in front of you. All right, before we move to the next 2 diseases, I would like to suggest to you 2 books. I have 6 books and I'm going to suggest a book for each of these diseases. There's not disease, but something which you have to overcome. That's your biggest challenge and you have to overcome it. This is the alpha, aura, me. You gotta implement the other side. And this is about people, but you don't build your backbone. So if you're more the alpha man, get things done, because maybe you're inspired by some videos also on this channel, I would strongly suggest you this book, 16 Undeniable Laws of Communication, John Maxwell. Well, this book is going to wake you a little bit and say like, hey, open your eyes, start communicating, interacting with people in such a way that people want to understand your message when you communicate through your business, through your actions, through your words, and so on and so forth. If you're more into the emotional aspect, you're more into caring and care, but I don't have money and I need cash flow to keep the business running. Well, for that you need money. For that you need to have some sales systems. You got something to sell. And the book Zig Ziglar, Secrets of Closing the Sale, it's a book which might help you a lot to understand how the business works. All right. So these are the two books which I suggest for these two diseases, let's put it so. All right, good. So this is the Philanthrope PH and this is the Alpha. You got to have both of them. And these will allow you to start to build your own system of principles, your protocols, how to move forward, how to get things done without getting stuck in one area or the other. All right, good. Let's move forward. These I call the high ticket closer and the low ticket masters. What do I mean by this? These are the guys. A few days ago I was speaking, or before I talk about these two, I want to share a quick story here on top. I worked as a personal trainer. It's about the first two diseases. I worked as a personal trainer for almost 8 years, and at a certain point I said, you know what, I want to become better than other personal trainers. I want to look better than other personal trainers. I want to build something which they didn't. So I said, okay, let me go on bodybuilding, which I've done, I accomplished, won some contests, great, but then I said, man, not my thing. I don't feel it as I inspire people through it because it was only about me. Now, there are some people to this day, if you like to go to the gym, like bodybuilding, you know, people who are still inspiring people around the world to this day, even if they are in bodybuilding. They inspire people to get in shape, so on and so forth. I've been inspired by so many bodybuilders. So here's the thing, that even if sometimes you start things out of your own power, your own desires, this raw ambition, don't inhibit it just because it doesn't have a noble servitude aura around it. It will come along the way. God knows why God gave you these gifts, this package. Use it. And next step, ask yourself, how can I make it better? How can I improve it better? How can I direct it better? So that you can overcome it, not through your own powers, but with God's grace and help. So that sort of package which it's given, use it, because that might be your boat, that might be your niche, might be your new direction. Because you want clarity, you want direction, you want to be the best at what you do. Use that instinct, use that raw material which is within you. God didn't make any mistakes. So you might use it, and along the way you might say, as happened to me, not my thing. Bodybuilding, not my thing. Even if I don't look a bodybuilder right now, but trust me, it was fun. You'll get understanding along the way. Don't inhibit it, all right? And let's move to the next one, the high ticket closer. The high ticket closer is that guy who says, my trousers have holes in them, but I'm not gonna sell for less than that kind of amount of money. And time pass by, 3 years, 4 years, 5 years, but they still stay attached to the price, and then they never move forward because only high ticket. Well, you gotta deserve that high ticket. You gotta have a strategy to how to get to that. I offer for you a 5 days challenge. Now, there is no pitch during those 5 days, 3 days challenge. There is no pitch, not something to sell. But if you feel compelled to say, wow, I probably want to understand more about this, or to become more critical thinking, to develop my emotional stability, you might say, can you help me with this? And I would say yes or no. I can help you with this, but I can't help you to become a millionaire or how to implement AI systems in your business. That's not my thing. I can help you, but I can help you with this or that. Confidence, self-doubt, mission, or purposes, strategy, and efficiency, management. All this, your leadership from within, no problem. I can do that. So before you get to the high ticket, you gotta bring something to the table, a value, or you want to bring to build your brand. Back to the same example before. At the beginning, when I was as a personal trainer, people would come at the beginning with me and say, yeah, but that personal trainer say this, that personal trainer say that, and these opinions are so different. And I had to explain, look, that's how it works, that's how the biology, and you have to educate them a little bit so that they can say, aha, that's why. But after I built my brand and people just would come to me and I wouldn't go into the explanation. You want this result? Amazing. You know I can do it? That's how much it costs. When we can start things going. So when you build a brand, you don't have to constantly explain why and how and bring arguments and give and things and this and that, because people already come to you and they say, you know what? I want you to help me to solve this problem. Okay, no problem. This is the price. This is the moment when the high-ticket closer comes in game. But wait a second, if you don't bring the value, if you haven't built a brand, then you gotta bring value, build your brand, build connections, help people, solve people's problems first, so then you can come with your high-ticket offer. Have it already, no problem. But just waiting that people should come to you, it's a little bit of a ego problem. Or if it's not an ego problem, it's about the how much problem. Well, how much you want to get paid? First, I'm going to ask you, how much have you brought to the table? How much value have you shared or given to others? Now, the other side of the same disease is the low-ticket masters. That's a self-esteem and self-image game. These ones struggle from self-esteem. They always play with the one low ticket, this little thing, that little thing, that little thing, that little thing. But deep down, I want to accomplish great things. Deep down, I want to serve more people. Deep down, I want to have a bigger impact. Okay, deep down, but you gotta stop to be there very deep down. You gotta bring it up, because deep down, that's what I want. Okay, then start doing it. My friend, that's not easy. That takes courage, boldness, and self-esteem and self-confidence, and God's grace and blessing from above. You need both. But if you keep yourself buried down, deep down I want, deep down I want. Oh, deep down, let's make it bolder out initiatives or decisions. Deep down is good, ain't enough. So the low ticket masters have to somehow to start to understand, hey, rather than trying to help everybody and trying to bring thousands of offers and trying to create many thousands of things, which for the exception, somebody might be successful, but deep down, again, you want something different, you gotta combine these two things. So I'm going to suggest you two books. While you in the personal MBA, probably you know these two books. If you are more into the high ticket and you want high ticket, but you don't have cash flow, you don't probably even have a business, then both of these books might be very helpful. But this book, Why You, is going to help you. Why listen to, work with, and follow you. It's a book which is going to open your eyes and say, why you? You have this high ticket offer, and I'm the closer, but you don't have cash flow in your business. You got to bring something to the table, your story, your passion, your cause, your vision, but most importantly, your mission. I don't want to remind too often, but in the description below, there is a free challenge, 5 days, a free challenge for you. And the acronym stands, every day we're going to go through these 5 levels, MISSION. It's about what needs to be done. It's about your obeying the principles, the spiritual principles. It's about the solution, the strategy in your business, the implementation, the inner strength, so that you can become already the man on a mission, not only a man full of ambition with a great vision. On the other side, the low ticket masters, it's because your self-esteem is holding you there for too long time. So you have to understand how business works. What's a business? So The Personal MBA is a book which I strongly suggest to you. These might be something which you want to look into, because it's going to help you to understand how business works, so that you can start to structure it in such a way that you can use the leverage to leverage the low ticket offers you might have, to leverage the high ticket offer you might have in your business, so that you can have more offers which will allow you to grow much faster. Because here is interesting, is fun, but this works mostly on you. This will start to really have a great impact on the people, which are going to have a greater impact on others as well. All right, good. From a very interesting movie, I remember this quote. It's not really very high consciousness level, is put it. So it says, a beggar which doesn't have a story doesn't receive alms. I know it's comme ci comme ça, but it's a little bit of truth in it. You got to bring something more if you want to be blessed with more. All right, good. Now, the next two diseases. These are the four. So again, you got to combine a little bit both. Don't be focused only on these. Work also on building your self-esteem and understanding what you want to focus on and how to bring more value into the market. And the next two diseases are going to help you to build your backbone, to start to build your own principles rather than learning from everyone, which is learning from no one, because you want to be bold when comes the moment to make those decisions according to your values, to your principles, while learning from others as well. The next two diseases are, this is the masters of all, the perfectionists. You want to be good at everything, and designing, and sales, and marketing, which at the beginning, when you build your business, you must. You just have no other options. If you don't have enough cash flow to hire other people, you have to do it for yourself. Amazing. That is building you so much. That's building your backbone. Staying there for too long, we have to cure you. I've been and still being sick of multiple of these diseases. Sometimes the alpha man kicks in. It's only about me. Sometimes only the people and the emotionality comes in, but then I forget about the business structure. Sometimes I'm wearing the high ticket, and then it's like, oh, that's gonna be the price. I'm not gonna do this. I'm not gonna do this. But then, hey, wait a second. Humble yourself. Take your time. Know where you are. Know where you're going. Make sure everything is aligned. All right? It's a process, but it stops being a process and it starts being a problem when we don't pay attention to something we start to create for ourselves, but then we start to blame it on circumstances, people, market, destiny, sometimes even God. Well, no bueno, mannaggia. Allora, the third level, the masters of all. It's true that you got to master multiple skills at the beginning, but you will never become good at everything. So deep down, which the deep down must become bold out sooner or later. The sooner the better. The more you try to be the best at everything, the more hundreds of years you will need in your life. Now, given the fact you ain't gonna live 500 years, God bless you with 100, even more, the masters of all, usually they spend their time proving to themselves why they can become good at something. They thought they couldn't, somebody told them they couldn't, and they got that chip on the shoulder, and that's where they are hammering. 10 years passed, 15 years passed, they're still hammering and improving, and they never get out with an offer, never helping people, never becoming better, never becoming the boldness and the guts to make bolder decisions. What a pity. Sometimes I work with entrepreneurs which are full of great potential, but they spend their energy on things which are blocking themselves. Why? Because I've been there for so many years, constantly trying to improve this. I remember designing my first logo for a brand, Better Physique, my gym clothing line. I spent months on the logo. Oh, Madonna Santa. Months! Can you believe this? I look back, I can't believe this. Really? Months designing your logo. Oh my God. If I would look sometimes at myself back in time, I would say, you're a lost case. You're a lost case. You're worse than anybody I worked with later on. Months designing a logo. Well, I'm a champion of perfectionism, but I'm a champion also at enduring that pain where you want to serve people, but you're beating yourself down trying to make everything perfect. Well, that is not wise. And that leads us to the counterpart of this disease. If these are the masters of all, these are the world saviors. These are focused on themselves becoming perfect. These are focused on making the world perfect. Usually when you talk to these people and you ask them, hey, what's the mission of your business? What's the vision? They say, better world. Okay, try again. Better world. it's noble. It's great. Okay, but you're part of the world. Why don't you start to make yourself better, and you automatically already make the world much of a better place, especially if you're an entrepreneur and you could start to formulate your mission, your cause, why you're in business, who do you want to serve, how are you going to solve the problem which you are aiming to solve. The world saviors, they're great to hear, to listen to, but trust me one thing, if you think that you're such a noble, great, amazing, and just, you're full of gifts, which I don't doubt, God is generous, but if you were to be a Dalai Lama, you would have been already the Dalai Lama, don't you worry. So let's work with the package we were given. Let's start to learn to swim and row the boat we were given. And along the way, if you are to become a Dalai Lama, you'll become a Dalai Lama. There is no other option around it. But putting an image in front of us and trying to put ourselves into somebody else's shoes, somebody else's life and mission, assignment they've got in life, it's a game of trying to steal somebody else's story rather than building and writing your own. So if you're on this side, I don't want to offend your intelligence, so that's what I'm going to talk about me, because this is, I don't want to offend you, so hell offend me. The work without wisdom. Here we go, www, the work without wisdom. That was me, and I don't want you to do the same. And if you're doing the same, wake up and look on this side. Hey, wait a second, I got to start to work on me as well. But if you are too much focused on you and just trying to make yourself perfect, forgetting about the world and trying to make the world a better place, you need something like this. Oh, Mr. Russell Brunson, Traffic Secrets. Traffic Secrets. That's for these guys, the world saviors. Well, if you're a world savior, you want to save every sector, every niche in the world, learn Traffic Secrets. This book helped me personally. These are the books which changed radically my life. I have read hundreds of books. These books and few more radically changed my life. So, Traffic Secrets is a book which is going to structurize your rational thinking, your critical thinking, your analytical thinking in such a way so that you can start to direct your potential, your energy and ambition and vision and mission towards specific people in the market. Not just the whole world around you. You don't call a plumber if you need somebody to fix your car, and you don't call a mechanic if you need somebody to make a dinner for a private chef in the house for dinner. There are gifts and gifts. So let's move forward. And for these guys, if that's one of you, I would really suggest for you that stop beating yourself. Stop feeling ashamed that you're not perfect, and your character and your impulsivity and you're this and you're that. Don't spend your life making yourself a little bit better in all the directions. Try to work on those great gifts which God assigned you and gave you. And those other things, just know about them, and you'll see that this greatness is going to cover the others. You'll have less time and focus to keep beating yourself for not being perfect. All right? Again, story from my life. I'm not inventing anything, and from the experience of those who I help. Thou shalt prosper. A great book which might be very helpful for you to start to realize one thing, that I've got a mission in my life. God gave me some gifts. God assigned me a mission. I'm not here just because. In the description below, you can access the free days challenge. Keep calm and build thy kingdom. And we can go through all these stages during these 5 days about what needs to be done, what's the solution, what's the strategy in your business, how you can optimize it, how you can implement it. It's about your inner strength so that you can become a man on a mission. It's a very interesting acronym you might discover if you click the link in the description below. So, quick note just before we end this video. Now, you might be one of these 6 mostly. That might be your starter package. That's how you are wired. Well, we all are wired in one way or another, but that should not stop us from achieving, but becoming those men, those servants in God's kingdom in the way God has planned for us. So look, I like to pronounce the word not Himalaya. So you want to climb Himalaya, okay? And this is you. Now, along the way, there's going to be a journey which you don't know how it is going to be. Of course, you doubt so much of you while you are on the journey, because you don't know the obstacles, the problems. You might prevent them, but still, surprises are going to happen along the way. Both great and less great. While you are on the journey, allow a little bit of doubt to be there. It's a normal reaction, because every step in front of you is the future, and future is in God's hands. But where you are not allowed to experience doubt is your self-doubt. This is you, and this is who you are meant to become. You should never doubt you or who you're meant to become, because God is never mistaken. But along the way, of course, there are things which you might find about yourself which you don't really like, you're not really amazed, you might be challenged, you might be tested, you're going to go through pressure, you're going to be built, you're going to be formed and prepared and cooked, so that when you are there, you're not anymore this guy here. But if you doubt yourself, my friend, you will never take the first step on the journey. I've spent so many years doubting. Before I worked as a personal trainer, I worked in a restaurant. I worked in a restaurant for 5 years, 4 or 5 years, from 18 to 22, 23. And that was, I'm 36, just a few days ago in 2025 I just made. So if you doubt yourself, you never make the first step. And that's a problem. That's a big problem, my friend. Now, let's not confuse doubt with self-doubt. When God gave you the gifts God assigned to you and the mission which is already burning within you, that potential which you can already feel it and you work it, but you can't see the final form. Well, the final form probably is never going to be the final form. If you take responsibility along the way and you are going to move forward, and with God's grace and blessings, you're going to move forward and be transformed. So, of course, the final product is never the final product, but you'll never make the first step on your journey if you doubt yourself. So, don't doubt yourself. Don't doubt who you're meant to be. But feel relaxed when along the way you're tested, you're under pressure, and you doubt the next step. Now, the second aspect of the problem of doubting yourself is looking only at others, only trying to imitate others, as they have the answers. Well, that's exactly so. Here's one great thing. Sometimes I heard, and I hear other people saying to others, look, your confidence is only a mask. The fact that seemingly you have all the answers, it's a mask. Well, to a certain degree, that is right. Why is that so? Because deep down, I don't doubt my identity. I know who I am. And because of that, even if I don't know the answer, I know I can find the answer. I know it will be given at the right time. So even if I don't know the 10 steps ahead of me, I know what's the next step in front of me. And if I know the next step in front of me, eventually I'll get to the 10th step in front of me. So if you sometimes have this nagging voice of perfectionism which tells you, but you're still doubting yourself, you're still not perfect, you're still not good, you still struggle with this, you still struggle with that, you've made this mistake, you've made that mistake, right? Yeah. So now what? Should I stop taking new steps because I might make another mistake? My dear friend, we will, but you keep moving forward. So don't doubt yourself if you are one of these 6 categories, you're suffering of one of these 6 diseases. Some of them will never go away, but you can counterpart, you can use the other side to to manage it in such a way that you can keep accomplishing the mission which was given to you when you came on this earth. So don't be afraid of doubt and the fact that you're not perfect and you have things to understand and to learn about yourself while you are on the way. But we are not allowed to doubt too much is ourselves and who we are meant to become, because both of them are on God. Along the way, we participate. So of course, here is a different game. But if you don't doubt those two, it becomes much easier to see the next step, and next step, and the next step, and the next step. And so is how you can live with the confidence that eventually get to the 10th step, to the 20th, to the 30th, 40th, and so on and so forth. That being said, my friend, thank you for attention. Hopefully it helped to a certain degree, or helped a lot. Share it with someone who you might think is in need with a little bit of encouragement and a little bit of critical thinking, and subscribe to this channel. This will support a lot. That would be a great support for this channel, for my mission. Click the links in the description below, and we'll see each other in the next one. Fly higher, accomplish great things, and never doubt your mission. We'll see you in the next one. Take care. Bye-bye.